morning, everybody, and welcome to another Sunday morning vlog.
We missed you last week. We're glad to be back.
Paula is now officially retired, and she went to Disneyland.
I did, and maybe we'll do a vlog on that sometime soon.
I hope so. And tell you what, I want to go, but except they made it a girl's day out, so what can I do?
Disneyland's still open. I'll take you, I promise.
Okay. All right. We went down to the old strip. I call it the old strip, but actually downtown Las Vegas. What did we do down there, Paula?
We visited two properties that I think I've probably never been in. We went to Main Street Station, we went across the street, and did Sam Boyd's California.
All right, get ready because this adventure starts right now.
It's a brisk winter morning in Las Vegas, and we are northbound on Main Street. As we approach Fremont, those three icons of downtown, the Plaza, Circa, and the Golden Nugget, come into view. But we are going past Fremont today, bound for new destinations. Main Street Station is our first stop this morning, a Victorian-themed casino owned by Boyd Gaming. Although the building has been here since 1978, it was Sam Boyd's purchase of the property in 1993 that gave birth to the Main Street Station. The price was $16.5 million, but he put in another $45 million into completely remodeling it before opening in November of 1996. Directly across the street at the Stewart Corner is parking for the casino. And a couple doors down is parking for the Cal. There is a parking fee, but that can be waived with dining or gaming spend. When Boyd bought the place, they also acquired a piece of land just to the north, which they used to build a garage specifically for hotel guests. And speaking of the hotel, Main Street Station has 452 rooms and suites. And just what is the Las Vegas Social Club? It's a 2,500 square foot Victorian-inspired venue for hire that can handle up to 160 guests. Okay, we have seen a total of 4 different entry doors to Main Street Station, but since the address is 200 North Main, let's call these the front doors. Let's go check it out. This casino is compact, just 28,500 square feet with a pleasing uncluttered layout. There are lots of colorful slots. And a few table games. And honestly, the best way to see the footprint of the whole thing is from up here. Tell you what, not many casinos where you can get a bird's eye view like this. But it's not the gaming that draws your attention when you're in here, it's the setting. Main Street Station has created turn-of-the-century grandeur right here in downtown Las Vegas. Look up virtually anywhere in the casino. The decorative balcony, the chandeliers, the stained glass skylights, and that ceiling and moldings that look like pressed tin, or you know what, maybe they actually are. My friends, I'll tell you what, it is absolutely gorgeous in here. More on the artworks a little later on. Let's go find the lobby. Main Street Station's tagline is the jewel of downtown, and so far, that fits. Now, if this lobby reminds you of an old-time train station, that's because that's where the benches and the front desk actually came from. If you just let your gaze run around this room, it definitely seems like it's from a bygone era. On the credenzas in the lobby is a collection of antique vases in an Asian style. And over here, a large poster advertising a Hawaii to Las Vegas vacation package. That's all due to these guys, father and son Sam and Bill Boyd. We'll talk more about the Hawaii connection when we get to the Cal. We do want to mention the Best of Las Vegas awards the downtown Boyd properties earned in 2022. Their 3 properties, Main Street Station, the California, and the Fremont, are doing a lot of things right. Now, there are just a couple of dining choices here at 200 North Main. The 777 is an award-winning brew pub, open Thursdays through Mondays and serving half a dozen local handcrafted beers along with pizza, sandwiches, and steaks. And not only did they win 2 Best of Awards in 2022, but they were winning them 20 years ago as well. When we were in the lobby earlier, we saw this promo for the on-site buffet and some attractive pricing. Let's check out the Garden Court, Main Street's all-you-can eatery. And may I just say, wow, this room is stunning. Now get this, those chandeliers formerly hung in the San Francisco Opera House back in the 1850s, and now they preside over guests enjoying a buffet in downtown Las Vegas. Speaking of which, the Garden Court offers brunch daily and dinner on weekends. Just outside the buffet is this magnificent bar decked out in marble and brass. It's appropriately named the Boar's Head Bar after this fellow, a wild boar that once served as a fountain in Nice, France. What with the goddesses and the moldings and the brass rail, this is quite an opulent spot to play a few quarters. What do you think? So, you must be seeing a theme here. Main Street Station is seriously devoted to art and antiques. In fact, they offer a brochure for a self-guided tour of some of them. Let's go take a walk and see if we can find some more. Across from the front desk are a couple of antique apothecary cabinets rescued from a turn-of-the-century drugstore in Covington, Kentucky. The wood carving on these is nothing short of artistry. And in the back corner is a life-sized wooden statue holding a clock. And on your way to the lobby, stop to admire the collection of vintage slot machines from the Mills Novelty Company. They're protected behind plexiglass, but aren't these a blast from the past? And in this area are 2 antique player pianos. If you notice the Boyd's Rewards area from the casino, there's nothing too remarkable about it. But if you enter from the lobby, you are stepping through a set of bronze doors originally installed in the Kuwait Royal Bank in London circa early 1900s. Speaking of doors, this beveled glass transom and side lights are from actress Lillian Russell's Pittsburgh home. Behind them, the hotel gift shop or the company store. Beyond the Main Street lobby are a couple of real treasures in an area called the Pullman. Now, these doors were removed from the Pullman Mansion in Illinois, the same Pullman family that built railroad cars back in the day. The doors are flanked by a couple of majestic eagles. The room was closed for a private event, but inside there's a Pullman car from 1927 named after author Louisa May Alcott. Guess what? It's a cigar lounge now. And we just have to mention that we actually heard a real elevator operator in there as one of the guests went upstairs. Out in the casino, our first find is the original Goldie's window. This is a beautiful example of Victorian stained glass artistry salvaged from a private home in St. Joseph, Missouri. In the rotunda near the southeast entrance to the casino is this Art Nouveau chandelier from the Figaro Opera House in Paris. Above the pit area are three gorgeous chandeliers circa 1890s from the Coca-Cola building in Austin, Texas. You know what? We actually think the stained glass is more fabulous than the lighting fixtures. And one more. This famous piece of the Berlin Wall installed in the men's room near the buffet. We got these pics from the web since Paula was doing the filming that day. Out front, three more antique finds. These granite and bronze street lamps were first installed in the town square in Brussels, Belgium in 1870. The cast iron fluted columns along the front of the building are from the Windsor Barracks, which housed army guards at Windsor Castle in London. And near the corner, this stained glass window was presented to actress Lillian Russell by Diamond Jim Brady. Hard to see the reflection, but it's a depiction of Jesus Christ. One of the coolest features about these two sister properties is this ornate covered walkway that connects them across Main Street. Near the rotunda inside Main Street Station, you'll find the escalator that takes you up to the walkway. It was here that we got that bird's eye view of the casino we showed you earlier. All right, we are off to Sam Boyd's, California, but of course, halfway across North Main, we just have to stop for a minute and check out the view in both directions. North towards the freeway, and south towards the Fremont Street experience. Before you enter the Cal, there's a cool display added in 2003 commemorating the legend of the Golden Arm. Back in 1989, crap shooter Stanley Fujitaki rolled the dice at the Cal Craps table for a record 3 hours and 6 minutes, a total of 118 rolls, and was nicknamed the Golden Arm. Since then, any crap shooter at the Cal who holds the dice for an hour or more earns a spot on the Wall of Fame. Now, let's get acquainted with the California Hotel and Casino. It sits on the corner of Main and Ogden with an address of 12 East Ogden Avenue. Sam Boyd built the place for $10 million and opened the doors with a California Gold Rush theme on January 1st, 1975. Boyd Gaming still owns the Cal, and Sam's son Bill is the CEO. The Cal's facade along Main Street is directly across the Main Street Station, and you can't help but notice the large Hawaiian Island art panels on the front of the building. The north end of the property is at Stewart Avenue, and behind the hotel is the parking structure. We just stepped out of the elevated walkway. Let's follow this trail of tropical flowers to the Cal mezzanine level. Up here is a small area of shops and dining options, all with a distinctly Hawaiian flavor. Aloha Specialties is a fan favorite restaurant with a menu of island favorites. And this sundry shop, Vegas 808, is named for the area code in the Hawaiian Islands. Lappert's Ice Cream captured the Best of Las Vegas in 2022, but they offer much more than ice cream. Get a pastry, coffee, or even Hawaiian shaved ice. And next door to that, a perennial local favorite, Ethel M. Chocolates. The Cal has a small slot area up here as well. And here's the escalator down to the main casino. Let's head down to street level. Above the elevator bank is that famous Boyd map and some of their U.S. properties. The casino floor is 85,000 square feet. With a nice mix of slot machines. And table games. And even a little Keno lounge. In fact, the Cal earned top honors last year for best downtown slots and table games. This Happy Buddha was an addition during an extensive 2016 redesign, which gave the place a fresh new appearance, what the management calls a modern island vibe. The Cal's hotel lobby was redone with white granite and recessed ceilings. At opening, the hotel had 352 rooms, but in 1994, a second tower was added, bringing the total to 781. So, what's this Hawaii connection, you ask? It turns out Executive Chairman Bill Boyd spent part of his childhood in the Aloha state, and his dad Sam was a dealer on a gambling barge that cruised the islands. Above the Holo Holo Happy Bar, which was added to the casino during the 2016 update, are some great vintage photos of Hawaii. Sam Boyd loved the place, and when his new casino didn't take off right away, he looked there to draw visitors. And guess what? It worked. We'll talk more about that a little bit later on, so stay tuned. The Market Street Cafe on the casino floor embraces the Aloha spirit with its menu offerings, including their famous oxtail soup. The Redwood Steakhouse, also a 2016 addition, bills itself as a combination of both fine dining and island flair. From what we could see, the restaurant and bar both have a casual elegance. And I'll tell you what, that mural is sure an eye-catcher. The sunny day beckons, so let's go outside at the corner of Ogden and First Street, the southeast corner of the building, and get our bearings. There's the Fremont Canopy 1 block down. And in that direction, Main Street. All along the Ogden side of the building are a series of panels promoting their Hawaiian spirit, particularly the Aloha Spoken Here slogan. Now here's a fun fact. At least half of the hotel rooms booked at the Cal, Main Street Station, and the Fremont are guests from Hawaii. And here we are, right back where we started this walkabout on Main Street.
Well, let me tell you something. That Main Street Station is one of those places that I could just get lost in for hours and hours and hours.
I totally agree.
I absolutely love history, and I just love antiques. We both do.
So you might wonder, where did those antiques come from? They actually didn't come from the Boyds. There was a gentleman that owned the property prior to them. His name was Bob Snow, and it was called The Park. Mr. Snow wasn't a great businessman. The place went bankrupt, but he was a great collector. So he collected over a space of 25 years all these antiques and oddities. He installed them in the building, and the Boys left them.
And honestly, if you're in town and you just want to see something that's really kind of interesting, that's really not Las Vegas, go down there and check out all those things. In fact, they have a brochure. You saw the brochure. It tells you every single thing and what's it's all about. It's really very interesting. It's like a museum almost.
It's very much like a museum, and the fact that there's slot machines is kind of irrelevant.
Right.
Truly.
So when we talked in the video about Sam Boyd, when his casino was not taking off very well, that's because the California people didn't want to go down there because it wasn't the Strip.
Exactly. He tried to appeal to the Californians, and it didn't work.
And interesting fact, here's a fella that likes his beer, I'll tell you that. He went to Hawaii. When he went to Hawaii, he took cases of Coors Light. You want to know why? Or just Coors. Because if you remember back then, Coors, you could not get that everywhere.
Coors was impossible to get where I lived back in the East. It was really a special item you never could find.
Yeah,
and apparently it's also true in Hawaii.
All right, now here's something interesting. The Hawaiian legislature, for some odd reason, I don't understand. Of course, I don't understand politics too well. But somebody in their politics wanted to make it illegal, or
in January of this year,
Yeah.
just a month ago, they introduced legislation to ban Las Vegas advertising in Hawaii.
Can you even imagine that?
It failed. It didn't even make it to the floor because basically it's a violation of our rights. But imagine that they tried to discourage Hawaiians from coming to Vegas, I guess, to spend their money or to gamble or very strange. But hey, very cool about Las Vegas. You know, or maybe you don't know, we are called the ninth island.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
We are pretty much the ninth island. We have a huge population of folks from Hawaii here.
Yeah, actually, in the 2021 statistics from the U.S. government, we learned, this was a fun fact, that Clark County, which is where Las Vegas is the fastest growing population of Native Hawaiians and Pacific Islanders in the country. So cool. Welcome. Keep coming.
Yes, honestly. And there used to be a little place down on the Strip. I forget what it was called.
It's called the Hawaiian Marketplace.
Yeah, the Hawaiian Marketplace. Yeah, they had there was a guy that did a bird show and all that stuff. Really interesting. And I'll tell you, those two places are very interesting. I've never been in California in my life. It's just an amazing place. And I'll tell you what, they are pretty decked out fancy-wise, don't you think?
I thought they were both beautifully maintained, clean, incredibly clean, bright, a pleasure to be in, both of them. Yeah.
All right. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification button. Anything else you want to tell these nice people? Let me look around here. Paula.
Practice my Hawaiian on you. Mahalo, everybody. Thank you for watching.
Hope you had a good time. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.